back in Holland.
Yep, how to continue our attempts to sabotage the other teams.
It says fromage. I know that word because of Dexter's Lab. Which reminds me, I really need to finish that shipping art between him and Lisa Loud.
Looks like hard-partying Team Iceland has already gone to sleep. Time to borrow one of their Viking helmets.
Why do you need me? Just have Sly pick the lock to the door and steal the thing.
This is a delicate business. We're trying to frame Team Iceland for a crime they haven't committed. If there's any evidence of their door being forced, people might believe that they're innocent.
Man, you've gotten devious over the years. So, how are we supposed to get inside?
There are some sewer pipes beneath town that should connect up with the ventilation system of the hotel. Sly scrounged a raft for the trip, but be careful. Other pilots have caused trouble down there in the past, and the Baron is sure to have set up some security.
I get to row a boat? Nautical!
That one line threw off my understanding of the word nautical for a long time.
Oh, you thought it was like radical?
Yes.
That's funny.
So this is not my favorite little mini game thing in this game.
Oh no, it's
It's
like
not-
Escape.
It's not bad, but it's not terribly exciting.
To row backwards.
It's very Mario Party minigame.
A little bit. I probably should have turned on turbo. In fact, I should have looked up what the options for turbo was for several things in this game, but I never bothered to.
Your controller is turbo?
Well, the emulator should have some feature for that.
I'm getting flashbacks to Twilight Princess in here.
A little bit. Also,
Yeah.
the reflection always threw me off because I thought that I was looking through to the underside. No, it's just reflecting.
No, it does. I can see that, actually. You know, it's funny. I was watching some footage from Hyrule Warriors, and Nintendo was wilding for that opening for Midna. Like, what the heck? They had no business making her that sassy. All right. We got...
That reminds
many
me of
spikes.
just how much of the Switch version of Hyrule Warriors I haven't done.
Oh, you know what I think? Like, see how the reflection makes these things look like spheres? That
Yeah.
might have added to the illusion. This also reminds me of Arkham Asylum when you're going up against Killer Croc.
To the hotel
Yeah, a little bit.
ventilation system.
This part's much better.
Stay
Yeah.
aboard the boat.
Yeah, Sucker Punch loves their underground platforming areas. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like this. I love the sewer areas.
That's- In
Infamous.
Infamous 1, yeah. That I mean, the lighting there is easily the most memorable part of the game for me.
And it's a diegetic way to make the platforming less rigid to reality.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice work. You're almost there. Be careful not to wake these guys up. They're a paranoid group and have probably set up some crude burglar alarms.
Is the burglar alarm the deck of cards?
Yeah, and all these cans with the ropes.
I'm getting real college frat boy vibes. Which is funny, I never did any of that.
Me neither.
No, you're the responsible one.
I didn't live in a frat, but I did live in many apartments. You did a little bit on your like mission at one point, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It takes some getting used to.
You can forget about me being your wingman tomorrow.
I gotta say, having your brother as your roommate really helps out with that, because it takes away the odds.
Head back to Murray and the raft.
So it's someone
Yeah.
you can know you can rely on. Because I've had good roommates and I've had bad roommates. I've had so bad roommates, I had to, after one night, be like, yeah, office, I know your policy is no transfers, but I do not feel safe for my life.
Ooh.
It was, yeah, boy, that's a story for another day. It was really stupid.
All right, got the helmet.
The horned helmet that would not be accurate, but who cares?
I keep seeing the thing as like, oh, that's not, but I never get the full story, and I really don't know what's like why it isn't accurate and why everyone thought it was for so long.
Sorry, pal. The valve gates changed position. We need to escape through another tunnel.
So did you, like, get off and pick up the boat, or what, Murray?
Presumably.
You know, it's too bad hippos are terrible swimmers, or this would be a lot easier. Homer, but hippos are great. Oh, man. Oh, that's a little sketchy. Oh, that took out a lot.
Yeah, you get about 2 mistakes for free, and then you're done.
Oh, it's gray water. What's gray water? Yeah.
This is green water.
Gray water is a colloquial term for sewage water. You know, that animation of him paddling is kind of derpy. Although I do like the physics on his scarf.
At last.
So I'm almost done watching the
Land ho!
PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed that Snapcube did. And they're in Eggman Land. And they have 3 hours to go, and I'm like, oh boy. I'm guessing Eggman Land does not go well for them. That's longer than I thought.
Really showed some finesse with
And that's the one that you don't have to do in one go.
And always has
It's not?
been
No, that's the HD version.
yeah.
There's just a
You get to plan
ridiculous
this summer
amount
on
of
the Belgian
parts
plane?
and like
pal. Can do with a vengeance.
yeah, in the SD version.
I see. That might be why it's so long.
There's like 2 for daytime and 6 for nighttime.
They had this really funny bit throughout the first episode where basically Chip, whenever he was around people, would just act like a distracted 8-year-old that just is like, I'm hungry, I'm scared, and just acting like an absolute dumbass. And then they had this thing where anytime they were like just going around the towns, Chip was just berating Sonic horribly. Like, it was pretty funny, but it also felt a little too real, like an actual abusive relationship. It was like, oh gosh. It was good.
But yeah, as you can see, sometimes when you pickpocket something, the characters will overlap the amount, so you don't actually know how much you got.
I see. I'm curious because the object you're getting is gold bars?
Yeah, it was a large gold bar. There's a small nugget, medium nugget, and large bar.
It's held in place by these anchors. Destroy them and the plane should come crashing down.
Seems like these lasers might roast my hulking bulk.
True. You'll have to compact yourself using your ball move to travel safely beneath the laser grid.
Check.
The one and only time we use the ball form in this way.
Why can't Murray crawl?
Quickly tap the square button to build up force.
No. How does that phrase go? Why does Metroid no. How?
Just one more left.
Something about
What's the
Metroid
name?
crawling, but yeah, this is basically a morph ball section.
Yeah.
Belgians are sure to blame Team Iceland.
That flag disappeared for a second. Of the
Didn't
wall.
notice. Huh.
Man, some Project 64 emulators, like the old Glide plugin, like textures would disappear and reappear constantly. It was awful.
Huh.
And I feel like it wasn't until like more recent builds it had that problem. But nobody uses Glide anymore, except for like some ROM hacks.
Alright, this mission's a bit of a long one.
So unlike Australia, we don't get a good look at our...
Murray. I've been working to get our hangar secured.
We don't get a huge look at our new recruit in this one.
Unfortunately, my internet pal Penelope heard a rumor that a rival air team might be stopping by to do mischief to our plane.
Mischief makers coming here.
I love that game now.
I
actually
wonder
never played that
who
game.
is going to be stopping by.
Fear not, Brainiac chum. You'll be safe while my fists are on duty.
It's Karma. Oh my gosh.
It's the one guy whose name we know.
Mesa City, did you? I figure you joints let me smash up your aeroplane and
I feel like John DiMaggio would voice this character in a movie.
Dumb guy? Army? Oh, yeah? Okay, boys. I paid you up good enough. Time to crack some skulls.
Murray, you can't hurt Muggshot.
Remember that sound?
Try using the
Oh
switch
yeah.
in the middle of the hangar.
Raging Hippo from the last game, right?
Yep. When he was hypnotized.
Oh yeah, that's right. You know, that kind of makes me rethink the whole Murray being like he seems hyper aggressive in this, and maybe I was right about the traumatization of the last game. Today on Game Theory, does Murray suffer from PTSD? Okay, that guy just straight up killed himself. Unless... Yeah, it looks like... Unless... Yeah.
They can accidentally run into the fire, and the pigs have a fire attack that can inflame
Yeah.
the other guys.
Yeah. It's like he's spraying gasoline, sets it on fire, runs into fire.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the fire trap, we got the spinning propeller trap, and we got this thing.
An engine block.
Right in the solar plexus.
That line also threw off my pronunciation of solar plexus for a long time.
I still don't know where that is on the human body.
It's like in the abs area.
Oh yeah, I forgot he walks on his hands.
Muggshot wasn't making idle threats. I'm reading multiple hostiles moving through the sewers toward our position. Fortunately, my security devices are almost online. I'll just have time for a quick test.
Hey, Wesley.
Yeah.
How do you feel about playing Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh no.
And now to test the security by pressing the triangle button, circle button, X button, or square button. I can activate the traps for the currently selected sewer. They appear to take a few seconds to recharge after being triggered. Looks like they're working perfectly. And just in time, too. Murray, they're upon us. If one gets through my traps, you'll have to take him out.
Got it. The Cooper plane is as safe as a baby in its aircraft hangar crib.
Alright, so, this is probably the best attempt I've ever had at doing this particular mission.
You know, it's a shame they can't both help with this because then they could both cover both monitors at the same time.
They're coming in.
Well, Murray needs to do cleanup in case anyone gets through.
All right. Oh.
So I've often thought about how you would even port this game to like the whole Sly trilogy to other platforms, because the characters are always in dialogue talking about like the square button and the
Yeah.
L2 button.
They're packing explosives.
That is a problem.
I mean,
best you can- the
Sucker
best you
Punch
can
has
do is
always
change
been
out the-
Sony
yeah.
only.
The biggest thing you could do is probably just change the text and the visuals. But this...
One of the big problems is that all of the other consoles also have X, but on a different place.
Yeah, it's true. They probably just mute it or something.
I kept looking
is
to be
that-
like, oh, just cut out square so it just says the button, but there are
could-
exceptions.
That could work. So, is that the last we see of Mad Dog during this?
No.
Okay, good.
Aristotle versus Mashy Spike Plate.
Yeah. Man, Bentley has been watching too many Saw movies.
Halfway there,
Or Home Alone movies. Or
These
both.
guys are quite loyal, running through all these death traps.
Yeah, you know, if I were these guys, I think after I watched the 40th guy run through, I might be a little more hesitant. Like, I'd probably take my chances in the water.
Well, no one in this series can swim.
Ah.
It's the final push. Keep that place safe.
Yeah, this part goes on a little bit longer than it needs.
Just a few bogeys left.
I'm impressed. You're handling this very well. How many attempts did this take?
One.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I never had to resort to the X traps.
Muggshot'll need a lot more than muscle to intimidate us.
But this was my second recording session after I discovered a better method to do it, so I had some practice.
I see. Oh, when you said you re-recorded, you had to replay through the game?
Yeah.
Penelope.
Oh,
Hey,
gosh.
Are you out there?
I read ya, Bentley.
This is sort of an awkward first face-to-face, but
But your hangar is getting attacked by some traitor.
So she's a bunny?
Black Baron goons.
Yep.
Don't worry, I won't let those honorless double-crossers hurt your team's plane.
is your RC chopper operational?
Affirmative. It's deployed and airborne.
You're a heck of a woman.
I know. That's what my homepage says.
Oh, they fucking... All right, no, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist the joke. I might have to bleep that out. Anyway...
Penelope seems awfully pissed that these guys betrayed the Black Baron.
Ah.
She is his mechanic, but yeah.
The Black Baron's mechanic?
Yeah, that's Penelope. She's like, I only work for the best, and the best is the Black Baron.
Oh,
So you gotta come
see,
here.
Because she's a pilot, I assumed she was in the competition.
She's not a pilot, she's a mechanic.
Ah.
I'll teach those chumps not to sell out the
We want her because she's a good RC pilot, but plane pilot now.
To maximize your power,
I need to learn to do that.
So, you remember Bentley's RC chopper from Sly 2,
do.
right? It had bombs and missiles.
Penelope,
But Penelope, it's a bit more awkward doing it in this game. You have to hit things with a grapple hook and then pull them.
affirmative.
At least it makes it more interesting.
you'll have to push
Yeah, it is unique, but I'm always like, man,
He wasn't so
all you had to do in Sly 2 was drop some bombs.
Yeah, I mean, after this game, maybe Bentley could offer some of his tech for her because, well, what can't that guy do, really?
mind the gap.
Yeah, when I heard her voice, I assumed she was a child, just because it was high-pitched and the silhouette made me think maybe it was a kid.
She could just be short, Bentley's small.
That's true. I mean, she is a rabbit, so...
Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Wow. That is a heck of a fling.
Also, there's a bug where, like, and this is on hardware, too, I remember it. The flashlight guards, you don't see their flashlight at first. It's, like, overlaid on their body, and then you grab them, and then suddenly it's normal.
That's weird. Gotta build up that momentum.
Yoink.
This
I feel
segment,
like
I
this-
think, also goes on a little long.
Yeah. I wonder where Yoink came from. I heard it on The Simpsons first and foremost.
What's up, high flyer?
It's like the flashlight is being aimed upwards.
Take that, traitor.
I'm curious how they handle it because it's simulating volumetrics somehow. So it's probably a transparent volume. That
Yeah,
two of them
like a
overlaid
sphere.
on each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Two of them,
only
I think.
shows up when it intersects another bit of geometry.
Great job, Penelope. You're the best RC pilot I've ever seen.
Those thugs deserved it. No one sells out the Black Baron and walks away scot-free.
They earned many Scots that day.
We're all set up for the Aces semifinals. Once Sly arrives at the team hangar, we'll prep the plane and suit up for competition.
Alright, time to actually do some flying.
Nice. I've been waiting for that.
I think I was checking to see if there's any new ones, but they don't add new stuff until day 2.
What?
What? Nothing.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a laugh.
Alright. At last.
Suit up, partner. Almost time for the semifinals.
Man, a 2-round tournament seems strange to me.
I mean, it's the only thing that they could do. You don't want to have the player be doing too many of these biplane missions.
Yeah. Sly gets into a tournament arc. Have they ever had a flying section before, other than the helicopter?
I don't think so. Well, there's the jetpack from Sly 1. You're fighting Clockwork.
I thought there were 30.
The last man standing. Lead your opponents and
Presumably, we're assuming that they will shoot down 5 of the others while we're getting these ones.
I see.
That was the whole point of pitting them against each other.
Right.
Now,
I
there's
was just trying
something
to
interesting here. If you fly straight up for too much, you'll stall and go back down.
Okay, that's cool. They thought to put that in.
Also,
It's okay. We can see his parachute. But
yeah. So the flying game that I played most recently, or a game with something like this, would be Kingdom Hearts 3. But in that one, I have to have normal controls, not inverted, where up is up and down is down. So that threw me off for a little bit playing this.
okay, so is that missiles you're getting or what?
That's just refilling my guns.
But okay.
It's using up the special meter.
Oh, I thought the boost was.
Nah.
You know, with the third Sonic movie, I hope that they bother to, because in the past games, or in the past movie, Tails had his biplane, and I hope they have the the tornado, maybe, or the transforming one would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I haven't seen either film, so
They're, okay, they have their problems, but as far as video game movies go, they're better than most.
that's what I've heard. I just haven't.
They
bothered yet.
still feel like kids' movies too much of the time, but they do pull out some pretty good moments. Although the biggest complaint, other than why do we keep needing humans for these movies, where it could have just been like the Mario movie and all CGI. Yeah, the biggest problem is there's like basically no Sonic music, like from the games at all, except for like
Music
one
seems
track.
to be a sticking point. Well, bringing back to the Mario movie.
Yeah, it's just like Nintendo has no excuse because they just did it to put in pop music. Sonic did it because Sega doesn't own the rights to their own music, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
Which I think is ludicrous. At least, yeah, the stuff that matters.
Yeah. So earlier, when we got down to to 15 out of 25 planes, Bentley was like, hey, you're in the final 10. No, Bentley, I'm in the final 11. There's 10 left, and then me is 11.
Right. That's like how I always forgot that you count the first year of someone's life year 0. Or you're 0 years old.
Well, it's your first year and you're 0 years old.
Yeah, that's what's confusing.
It's like how the 1900s is the 20th century.
That always screws me up. Oh boy. You know, you would think that you would think Bentley would or no, Murray's the vehicle guy, right?
He's the driver, not the flyer. It's I believe it's unorthodox to place the machine guns on like the edges of the wings. You're supposed to put them closer to the center so that it's not too hard to turn, and then you just have to synchronize the blades.
Yeah. Isn't it true that they shoot through the blades?
Yeah, that you synchronize through the propeller so that it only fires.
I find that insane that's true. Like, that sounds like it shouldn't be true.
Occasionally, you would have problems where you would hit your own propeller, but generally it works just fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you wanted the weight of the guns as close as possible.
The rules in the finals are a bit different than normal. Whoever takes out the defending champ gets the title. Hear that, boys? It's all about taking down the Baron. Our only real competition will be Muggshot himself. We need to remove him from the competition. Here's the plan. I'll challenge him to a fist fight out in the town square.
Okay.
Sly, you find and lure Inspector Fox to the same place. When the two meet, the sparks are sure to fly. With some luck, the big guy will get carted off to jail, and we'll have
Artist
clear
depiction.
skies for the finals. However, the Baron...
Yeah, how is Bentley getting these pictures?
He commands an enormous team of flyers and has been known to bring in a squad of blimp gunships when things look grim.
So in other words, he's a cheater.
And how?
Although it is potent. Behold, Lupus Gigantormus. I'll drug the beast so that
Dire
the
wolves.
guru will be able to ride it and take out some of the local guards, who also serve as the Baron's pilots. Obviously, the fewer enemy pilots Sly has to deal with in the
So we've
finals,
got to murder more people.
Next, I'll hack into the aircraft control tower. If successful, I'll be able to intercept any messages the Baron might send to his gunships. All right, team, we've got all night to prepare. If we take this thing, it'll mean more than a trophy. Penelope is sure to join our gang.
Oh, okay.
After her stellar
Gosh dang it. Why is every furry I like a rodent? Why?
Actually, the
Always a
existence of that picture contradicts something a little bit later.
Oh. But yeah, like, I kid you not. Like, what is it with me? And anyway, I'm not a furry, but gadget. Anyway, that was fun.
All right, well, we'll see you next time for the finale of Chapter 3.
Yep.